Okay, Virgil, how long have you been involved with television production?
As a youngster, I knew I wanted to get into television, and I became an electrical engineer and worked at that for many years. And then in the 70s, when television came around for home stuff, I got into it then. Company I worked for had a television department, and I got into that department as their chief engineer, and the rest was history. I absolutely loved it. As an engineer, I was doing the electronic and the technical bits, and television was a perfect marriage of both of those. I thought that of all the professions out there, it marries all the arts and all the sciences together.
Mm-hmm.
So about the middle 70s is when I got into it, and then about the middle 80s I started my own company. We built our own television studio, and I taught college. I taught engineering, and then I also taught video production and video technology, the engineering aspect of it as well. So this is kind of something that I just felt that I really want to get involved with here again.
Okay, good. Here locally at MCC. So what will this specific course entail?
Helping people understand the advancement of how television is advancing. When we stop and think of the things that are most pervasive in our life, our automobile and our television. I mean, they really take up the television as the communications piece of our life, and the automobile as the transportation piece, and they're just massive amounts of our life. I think it's really valuable for all of us to understand those technologies and how they work, and then when you go to a movie or when you go watch a television program, you see how it comes together and how seamless it comes together. And if you knew behind the scenes just how much effort it really took and what they go through, it's so much fun. I just find it so much fun.
It is fun.
My first class is actually going to be on the history of television, how television was actually conceived, and goes clear back into the 1800s when the first working model of a television was created. Now, nothing like we know today,
No.
but people were thinking about it, and moved on in through the 20s, and then the big giants like RCA and Philco and those fought it out in the courts as to who had the real rights, and then the English had a very extensive history program. It's wonderful history. That's my first class. It's actually going to be 12 classes, and my second class will then go into the technical aspects of making television, just kind of what the technology is needed to actually create television. And at the third, we start getting into the concepts of television production, where we'll be going into the people involved with television, who does the, on the set, the director, the producer, and then the best boy and the grip, and those people, their jobs, and how they work in with the whole team. And then we move on to the video camera. The camera has gone through a massive amount of changes. I just bought a camera for my computer from Hong Kong. It cost me under $10 for, with shipping.
Wow.
From Hong Kong.
Great
A
deal.
color camera, beautiful picture it puts out. Back when television was first conceived, black and white cameras were in the tens of thousands of dollars. Color cameras were like $50,000, $60,000 back then. And it's dropped down to that kind of price today. So the technology is absolutely wonderful, what it lets us do as human beings. So, Then we go on to, there'll be lighting we'll be studying lighting for television, and the directing the television shoot. That is such an important, the director is the boss, and they have to take charge, and they also take the responsibility if things don't go right. So. Well, we go all the way through. We get into post-production and how post-production is created, what needs to be done in post, and what the person should look for in posting it, and the audio aspect of television, how to handle audio. Graphics, you go to your TV set, you see all of the graphics and things on there, the fonts, labeling people, and the various fonts that graphics that come up, weather graphics, all of those things. It's just graphics has changed so much over the last years. Even in the last 6 or 7 years, the graphics has changed so dramatically. We cover that, and then we get into the different display technologies. Now, back in the olden days, the cathode ray tube, the CRT, that was our display technology. Today, we have of 10 different display technologies, and it's absolutely fantastic. And what are the best ones? What are the worst? What can you expect from one or the other? Why should you pick one over the other? That's all we cover that. We don't try to make a judgment as to which is the best or which is the worst, but try to give the student the idea of what they are looking for and why to select one over the other based on what they want.
Okay.
And things like that.
Well, it sounds like you got it covered from start to finish,
I
from
try
the
to,
history
yeah.
all through current day, what's going on. Well, it sounds like a very interesting course. And when will this begin here at Lake Havasu campus at MCC?
Yeah, it's going to start on June 8th. I will
Okay.
be at 6 o'clock in the evening, and room that I have assigned at this point is room 820. And for anybody who wants the information, they can call Cheryl McLean
Okay.
at Mohave Community College here in Lake Havasu, and she can give them all the information as to how to sign up for the course.
Okay, well, it starts off pretty quick, June 8th. We will do that. Thank you, Virgil. We hope to get a lot of people in your class.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.